Hey everyone, this is Bagel Guru. I'm going to show you what a used oven is all about. So everybody that's looking to buy a used oven, I'm going to point out a few things that is basically, no matter what used oven you get, I'm just going to point out a few things what a used oven is versus a new oven. For example, this is basically what a used oven looks like. You can see the antiquated wiring. None of this is up to code. And should you have a problem, to trace this out, it's a complete nightmare. You got an antiquated burner system, which is obviously going to cost you money in the long run. This drive, all these old ovens come with these antiquated drives. This is a gear reducer. So if this ever breaks, for you to replace that or find another one would be a nightmare. Plus, these are now over $1,200 just for this reducer. You have no protection on your motor. I mean, some used ovens do come with protection on the motor, but there's no circuit protection on this. And it's just antiquated, old system. It's just totally outdated. And I'm going to show you other points over here. You can see the front here. This is the front wall. Most ovens aren't this rotted. But any used oven, because of the water, especially in a bagel store, they use a lot of water, it's going to be rotted out. And now, of course, someone giving you a used oven and they rebuild it, they might put new stainless, and you can see it's rotted over here, but it's also rotted here. And yeah, they can replace this metal. Some people just patch it over. But even if they were to replace this metal, you still got rot all along here. It just never goes back together the right way it should. And most of the used ovens out there have just a simple electronic system, you know, on, off, and a light. And it's just antiquated. It's not the right way to do it. And a lot of these used ovens have these old style bearings. I mean, these bearings were real good. Sorry about the train back there, but this is live, so to speak. I'm just letting that train pass by. But this bearing is an old bearing, and it's a very good bearing. The problem is, to replace this, A, they don't make it like this anymore, but even to replace it, this is about a $200 bearing. So let's say you're buying this rebuilt, and the person you're buying it from says, oh yeah, this oven's all rebuilt. They may not change this bearing. You don't know. They could clean it up, they could sandblast it, which is the wrong thing to do, but they can make it look new. But still, most people that rebuild ovens are not going to put a new one of these in there, because they're not going to spend $200. And the other side too, that's $400. It's just old. You got bulges in the wall. We didn't open this yet, but it's rotted. You could see the spacing that's developed over the years, and the insulation is just pouring out of here. Basically, what I want to show you is used. You can rebuild it. That's great. The problem is it's never going back together again. You know, it's imagine taking a boat apart, putting it back together. It's going to leak. It just is not going to happen. I don't know if anybody's ever dealt with skylights. Imagine taking a skylight out of a house and putting a used skylight on a new house. It's going to leak. It never goes back together the right way. And you can rebuild it. I mean, there are people out there that can rebuild them really nice, but you can't rebuild it perfect. It's not going to go back together perfect. And that's really it. Next time I'll show you the insides, I'll show you the wear. I do want to show you one thing on the mechanical side that is over here. What happens is, well, maybe we can get a shot over here. You may not be able to see it, but from the edge of the oven, you could see the hole in the wall over here. That is from the age. The wall bulges over time. The wall bulges over time and then it starts hitting the ring over here, and then makes a tear in the wall, and then your insulation again starts leaking out. Try to hit the wall, no, but the insulation starts leaking out. Let me show you the repair over here. Then to repair it, you gotta put these big bolts like they did on this oven over here to hold the wall tight, and over here. I mean, this is what you call a patch job. Fortunately, they had access to this side. When you don't have access, in the back of the oven, in the back wall, you have no access. So you either have to drill a hole through the other tenant's building, basically, and put these long bolts in. It's ridiculous, but it's been done. And that's really it. You're just dealing with an old mess. And granted, this oven is over 20 years old. But a lot of the used ovens out there are 20, 30, 40 years old. I mean, it's just a mess. It's just a disaster. And there are people that rebuild ovens good. But no matter how well you rebuild it, you're not going to get a good oven, an efficient, what we call a tight oven. It's like a loose boat. Take apart a boat, put it back together, and put it in water and see how many leaks you get. And you just get old metal, old equipment. I mean, this bull gear right here, this is old. It's eventually could crack. I mean, the teeth are worn. It's going to break. And these parts are outdated and very, very expensive. So I would not recommend going with a used oven. And that's it. That's all I got to say. Look for my next video.